Hi everybody, I'm Danny at DANIGIRLART. Today is day 23 of the Blossom Sketchbook Challenge. And on day 23, we are drawing Pansy by Tricia Long. And I am going to be drawing this very large. I'm going to start with an HB pencil and do this tangle in a pencil actually as a sketch. So you can see the step outs below. There is a link so you can see how to draw it. And I'm going to go in and just do a little outline here before I start adding my color. So I'm still pretending as if I'm using the pen and I'm not going to be doing any erasing. I'm pressing nice and light also, so I'll see less of the pencil when I start to add my color. I am going to be using some ink tints to start with. And I had a little video issue, so you're gonna see what happens. That I must have hit something and it stopped recording at some point. So I want to show the difference between ink tints and watercolors today. So ink tints are permanent once they dry, where watercolors can be reactivated. So because of my video issue, I am going to demonstrate on this little bijou now. So you can see the finished part of the ink tints there. And I'm using a yellow and a purple for my ink tints. And in order for what I'm going to demonstrate to work, you have to make sure that you do activate all of the pencil that you put down and that there's no exposure left that wasn't wet and dried. So if you have a little bit left and then you put watercolor over it, of course this is going to spread. But if you use ink tints for the most vibrant part of this and then use watercolor for the lighter areas, then and the watercolor is going over or touching the ink tints should not spread. So here I am adding the ink tints. So now I have a dry paper and I'm going to take some watercolors. These are the ones that I've been using for this entire series. And I am going to now add a little bit of a lighter purple behind that darker ink tints. I'm going to take a purple chalk pencil. My watercolor is now dry. And I am going to do a little shading with this, just make some of these areas that are behind a little bit darker. And then I'll take a tortillon to that and blend it out slightly. Whenever I get a gift from somebody or a gift bag and there's tissue paper in it, I always save it for art projects for creating. And I've been using matte medium up to now, but today I'm going to use Mod Podge. It's less expensive and easily accessible. And I'm taking some yellow tissue paper to bring out that center color of the pansy, and I'm tearing it up. And I'm going to apply Mod Podge. I'm using a sponge brush. It really was a little bit wider than I would have liked for this. A paintbrush would have worked better. And I'm going to apply it directly to the paper. You can pour some on a piece of scrap paper into a little dish. I'm just putting it right on here because I used it all the time and I'm comfortable. And I'm going to spread it around with a sponge brush and put some of this tissue paper on top of it. And then I'm going to apply another coat of Mod Podge over the tissue paper. And I don't care, I'm letting some of this hang off of the edge, and at the end when it's dry, I will take a scissor and I'll trim this off. Some people might just want to leave it too because it is kind of cool having little bits and pieces sticking out of your book. Unless you're a really neat person, then maybe you don't want that. Today for me is about simplicity, and I am going to be leaving my artwork as it is. And I have referenced my materials to the left on the side page. And if you want to add more, go for it. Like I said, I'm going to leave it like this. And you could put a coat of Mod Podge over the actual pansy as well if you would like a glossy look to it. Thank you for joining me in either watching or creating along. Please share your work with me. I would love to see what you have. And tomorrow, I hope you join me back here on day 24. I'm so grateful for everyone that's been viewing and sending me messages and participating. And I read everything and I'm just forever grateful. Thank you for warming my heart.